Welcome to the Winning Move podcast. We have our weekly market update with my good friend Michael Zuber. We're going to cover what's really going on in the market. And if you guys haven't followed him on YouTube and tuned into his daily financial news, it's an amazing, powerful platform. And that's what I do to really go update myself instead of watching CNN and everything else to make me angry. Right? CNN, Fox, and everything else just get mad at the day. I get completely unbiased news from Mike, except we both agree. What's his name? Newsom sucks. Besides that, it's awesome.
Yeah, he's the one politician I will name. He does suck.
Right? He sucks. And if you guys need any type of virtual staffing, go to callmagicians.com. They will take care of you. The best virtual staffing, if you're in medical, if you're in property management, if you're in real estate, or any really type of business, they will come in, process, map out everything you're doing, and create another you. Okay. I mean, bro, I want to start off with Doge. Fucking Dogecoin. What do you think? What do you think about that? Like, someone posted it that I was reading today. That Dogecoin is the coin of the people. And then I don't know if you saw the meme I put up, and it said people are saying, "Oh, well, Dogecoin can't do this. Just mining infinite coins. It doesn't work that way." And then it just says the Federal Reserve, and it has a monkey holding a printer, like looking away. Right? Because that's exactly what the Federal Reserve does, is they just print money. Like, there is no difference.
Yeah. So, Dogecoin, I have a couple of thoughts. First off, the first time I looked at it was about 90 days ago. So before this big run up, right? It was in the single digits. And basically what I did is I looked into it, and it says that it was created as a joke, right? The coin was created as a joke. So I value my money. I work hard for it. I don't like to invest or buy or speculate on jokes.
Yes.
It's just who I am. It's like pet rocks. I'm not interested in playing in that arena. So that's my first answer. I will never touch it. Then Elon Musk starts tweeting about it, getting some play. Then what's his name for the Dallas Mavericks? The owner of the Dallas Mavericks, Cuban. Thank you, Mark Cuban, says, "Hey, I'm going to start taking it to buy swag." So it gets a little play. Then I look at it again and I go, okay, so I own some Bitcoin, I own some Ethereum. So I'm in the crypto space, right?
Yeah.
Six figures, so more than most. And again, I look at it, and where Bitcoin has, I forget the exact, I think it's 23 million or 29 million or some limit of coins. Doge has 129 billion coins available. I'm like, all right, so it's a joke. And the person who made a joke created a big ass joke because there's 129 billion coins available. And oh, by the way, it's running up, and now it's a meme stock, and now Robinhood has it, and all these other things. I'm like, well, if you time this right, you're going to be rich as hell.
Right.
But unfortunately, my experience with the average investor is they get in late. I actually have a formula for this. It's called financial ruin. The first thing is fear of missing out, right? Yep. FMO, right? A lot of us have that. You and I have seen Instagram pages of people who supposedly bought Doge at a penny, and now it's worth $100,000, right? Their little $1,200 stake is a lot more. So fear of missing out. Then you get the WI, which is what if? What if I did this? Or what if I did that? Or what if I did this? And what if I would have bought Doge at 0.003 cents for 10 grand, I'd be a billionaire today, or whatever the math is. Okay. And then, this one hurts. You get BL, which stands for beginner's luck. You put a little in. You put your $1,400 stimulus check in, and it turned into $6,000. And you're like, oh, wow. So you get those three things: fear of missing out, plus what if, plus beginner's luck. You add those together, and now you multiply it by margin or options. You go all in. You borrow money you don't have. So that is, you multiply. And when you do that in mass, you're going to get burned. You're going to end up losing everything and then some, and you're going to be worse off. So Doge is going to hurt a lot of people. It will hurt more people than it helps. There will be Doge millionaires, no question. There'll be 50, 100, 2,000 of them, but there will be millions of them that lost money on Doge. I think it's down 30 or 35% in the last 24 hours.
What?
It's had its run. Well, I mean, we could look. I mean, I have it on my phone because people ask me all the time. I'm like, dude, I don't bet on freaking jokes. I don't know why you would bet on a joke. I mean,
well, I'm just like, when do you sell? Like, when is enough with something like that? Because you know what's going down. If you are in there and you're intelligent enough to like, hey, this is a joke. I threw in $1,000.
Yeah, it's down another 10% today. See, that's the issue, right? We'll just take Bitcoin as an example, and you can translate this to Doge, right? Back in the day, Bitcoin was cheap, right? There's a lot of people that bought it for $1 and sold it for $8. They made 800%. But now they look at themselves and they go, oh, I bought it for $1. I could have sold it at 60 grand. I'm an idiot. I mean, are you really going to hold for 20 years? Most of us don't hold unless we forgot about it, right? I forgot I was mining Bitcoin when I was in college, and oh, look at that. I found the key all of a sudden, right? Most of us don't hold forever. That's the biggest joke, right? We talk about if I would have bought Amazon 20 years ago, it's the same deal. Most of you take a 200%, 100% run away. You don't hold long enough.
That's so true.
Yeah, that's you really get a win. You just don't hold long enough. But again, there are some things worth holding, right? Real companies. I will stand by the fact that all the marketing I see for Doge is it still was created as a joke. Not great marketing for me. I'm not buying a joke.
No, not at all. What's going on, Blake? He's one of your students, right?
Yes, he is. Yep.
What's going on, Blake? I don't get it. How do you feel? I don't trust Robinhood. I don't know if we've talked about this before.
No, we haven't.
Everything that happened, bro, I was like, fuck no. Like I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. I would not trade on there. Nothing.
Yeah. So I looked into Robinhood before all of this. And I was like, how can Robinhood basically empower people to trade for free? I'm like, because there's costs. It's not a frictionless thing, right? There are some costs. They may not be large, but there are some. And I'm like, how can they do that? And lo and behold, I very quickly found out that they sell what's called order flow to Wall Street. Now, that may not sound like a big deal to you, but when you're playing with billions of dollars, Wall Street gets to front run you. They get to trade ahead of you by milliseconds, and they're making eighths and quarters of a point on you. You're a fool. Robinhood is running game. And then, oh my God, they get all these run-ups, and then they start saying what you can and can't trade.
Bro, that's when I lost it. I was like, you're going to tell someone what they halted the GameStop shit, right?
Yeah. I mean,
that's when I was just like, oh my God.
They're not your friend.
No, they're not your friend whatsoever.
Yeah, I would not be on that platform. No chance.
What do you have any money in stocks?
Zero in stocks. Zero.
What did you trade on before? I know my dad
Charles Schwab.
E-Trade. I don't put any money in stocks. I gave my dad money to put my money in stocks, but I don't even have an account.
Yeah, I used Schwab. It was in why Schwab way back in the day. That was my company. That was where our ESP, one of our stock platforms was there. So I had to open it. So I just kept it. But I haven't traded a stock since I think the lows of 07 or 08. I put like 30 or 40 grand in and like everybody else took it when my money tripled. But not since then. There's so much more better opportunities. Invest in a business, buy real estate. I even think crypto is, if you're doing your homework right, is a good insurance policy. So yeah, no stocks. It's a casino, man. It is the only thing that burned me. It took 100 and almost 200 grand to 40 grand. You know how much of an idiot I feel? And it's because of that formula I gave you. Fear of missing out, what if, beginner's luck, and then freaking leverage or options just ate my lunch.
Well, you get people who think they're really, really smart.
Beginner's luck. It's
and it's not even beginner's luck. I don't even think people are that smart to where like I'm reading Principles over again.
Yeah. Wow.
This motherfucker Ray Dalio knows what the hell's going on, right?
Bridgewater Associates, no joke.
He's Bridgewater knows what's going on, and then they have algorithms that check them of what's going on, and then you think you're gonna beat that. And I don't see that happening. I don't understand. I don't think these 25-year-olds to 30-year-olds are that intelligent. Like there's really only been one Ray Dalio, and he spent so much time in the commodities market.
Yeah.
And like the way he understands things is insane.
Yeah, to think that you're going to outwork. I mean, that's the big thing with getting rich or successful or being a great athlete or all these other what it takes is the same. You have to be committed, you have to be maniacal, you have to outwork everyone else. And to think that you're going to spend 5 seconds on Robinhood and feel your way to stock market success, I call it beginner's luck. It's like walking into the casino and throwing down a couple of grand and walking away with double your money. That'll never happen again. They clean your clock. Casinos aren't big because they lose a lot.
Right. Like play the odds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you wish you never sold anything as far as real estate goes? Like when you talk about the people who take that 200% return on their Bitcoin, if they would have held on to it, it's like us buying a house, even in 08, and you bought that thing for 50 in Tower.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee California's values, I don't ever see them really plunging again. Like historically, they've always been up. Like you may not make any money. There's trash tenant laws, but you'll appreciate. We'll see with the new upcoming nonsense through California, but like that's just honestly what I believe.
Yeah, I think too. No, so I think that's a very intelligent question. But so I never really sold. I exchanged. There's a slight difference, right?
You wish you would never exchanged?
No, I'm freaking. I'm only retired because I exchanged. I was able to take 8 houses and get to 80 apartments. I was able to exchange this asset at a high and buy this asset at a low. I call it dancing through raindrops, because what people don't understand about real estate is there are cycles, and every asset class has a different cycle. So if you can get out at one at the peak and buy the other one at the trough, you make amazing returns.
How do you identify those though?
You fucking work at it. You look every day. I looked at my market. It's been 20 years. I bet you I have missed 30 days. Every day. Still to this day, I look at Fresno every day. I talk to people almost every day. It's just constant work. It's a little better every day.
So, and I get that, but as I think of like separate asset classes, and like I talk to people in industrial, commercial, storage, multifamily, single family housing, it's all up. Like what you did with the houses to apartments, it's very, 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 very hard to make a move like that now. If you can do it with a good facility and you have it lined up, at least storage wise, I don't know as much about industrial.
Sure. Industrial is very expensive. Yeah. Well, this is what I would do today, right? So 2 things. First, housing. I do not believe we're anywhere close to a housing peak in Fresno, California. I know Fresno's median's like 345 or 353 or somewhere in there. It's going to go over 400 in the next 12 to 18 months. So first off, I want to buy more houses now because housing is going up. I believe housing is undervalued compared to everything else in Fresno. So that's point 1. Where would I look for pain today in Fresno? There's only one asset that I think has pain, and that is the small retail strip center. We're talking 5 to 7 stores, 2 or 3 of them are vacant. That's what I'd be buying today. I mean, if I had my marketing dollars and I had a team and I was doing something, I would be marketing to every owner of 5, single story, 1 level, 3 to 4 stores vacant. I'd buy all that I could. Most owners there will finance you too, because you can't finance a commercial building that's half vacant. It's unfinanceable. So you can also get owner financing, which is just
they'll just carry the note.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, okay, I got the financial wherewithal to stand another 9 to 12 months of 3 vacancies. I happen to believe we're going to go to the roaring 20s. I happen to believe Fresno will be the hottest market in California. So damn, I would love to own 5, 10, 20 strip centers in the next year. I'd buy every one that came across my desk if I could.
That's different. I haven't heard you say that one. I mean,
I like to fish where there's pain.
I don't know if it's going up that fast. That, in my personal opinion, I
don't think it's going. Hold on, it's not going up fast. It's where the maximum pain is. If I can buy it for a discount, I can hold, right, break even, slightly positive for the next 5 to 10 years. And then it takes off because Fresno's the next LA or whatever. That's how I crushed it. The apartments I got were junk for 4 or 5 years, and then rents doubled. Oh, that's a good day. right? When rents double, your NOI doubles, and cap rates collapse. It's just, we bought units for 22 to 28K a door that are worth 90 to 100 a door now. It's the same building. It's just rents are more.
And what I like the triple net. I really do.
Triple net's good.
If you're gonna buy in California, I don't believe you should buy single family houses. I think you should buy triple net, right? You have the wherewithal to handle it.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, like through this COVID stuff, like we were talking about, if you have 4 bad tenants and you happen to have 4 bad tenants, good luck, bud.
Oh, yeah. There'll be a lot of frustrated landlords that eject as this gets out. They're going to kick their tenants out, clean it up, polish it up, and then throw it on. So more inventory is coming.
Do you think it'll be enough inventory to even change anything now?
Yeah, I do. I think it'll be quality difference. That's the rub. Today, junk sells at retail prices. What is going to happen in the very near future, say 6 months, the prime properties, the cleanest, the stuff that Aaron and Cletus produce will go fast because there's always a spot for the best.
Yeah.
Right, for the best. But what's going to happen is the junk that I was buying for a discount before will sit for a while because it won't appraise or it won't qualify for inspections. So we're going to start to notice quality differences. The best of the best will go quickly. Cletus and Aaron will still sell stuff in a day over asking, which is awesome for them. If you can be the best, be the best. But I think there's going to be opportunities for guys like me that there really hasn't been in almost 2 years.
I mean, I hope so. I was talking about, because we were looking at storage facilities, and they're like, well, you could buy it with short-term money and then refinance out in 18 months. And I'm just like, I don't think I feel comfortable getting short-term money for 2 years because in 18 months, I see everything hitting the fan.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that would be, I would never do that. I would never advise someone to do that. Short-term money is destroyed more people, including Dave Ramsey. Let's not forget one of those guys that says never use debt. The reason he says that is because he was using 90-day money and got caught.
What?
Yeah, I would never do anything less than 5 years.
I don't want any, their thing was like, and you could structure it this way. What was it? 12% for 2 years and then refinance out. And I was like, I don't know. Balloons are for clowns. Right. So let's
balloons are for clowns.
Balloons are for clowns. Shout out Pace. Balloons.
I love that. Balloons are for clowns. Pace.
That's the number one thing I fucking think of. It's like, oh my God, well, in 2 years, I will know in a year if I'd be able to refinance. I truly think that. You'll know in a year if you can get out of it. And then you're going to be there at a year to where you have to go back. And if you get it, go back to your lender, you get owner financing, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. That is just one thing I wasn't comfortable with. But hopefully it does go down in 2 years and then I can be more aggressive with my buying.
Yeah. Yeah. Real estate's cyclical, man. I mean, the thing to watch out for now is I'm starting to see signs that the government, right, the federal government, wants to institute lots of giveaways that, if they're left unchecked, will repeat the sins of 06, 07, 08, where basically people who don't have the means to be homeowners become homeowners. So they get on the property ladder only to be kicked out in the next recession. That's okay. That's coming. And if that happens, that'll be a shame. I really hope they do some means testing. And I love homeownership. I think homeownership surpassed the wealth. But I think getting somebody into a home like they did in 07, 08, only for them to lose it, that's not a good idea. I see some of that coming.
Well, yeah. And what's called? Clear what I said. I still think it's a viable option for the self-storage stuff because I got it from some really good people. It's just not what I'm comfortable with risk tolerance wise.
Yeah.
And shout out Kalani, my beautiful girlfriend, for finding the deal.
Yeah. It's nice to have a significant other that's on board, man. Congratulations. That's awesome.
It really is, man. It's, what's it called? I can't imagine not having a significant other who's not about it. Right. I mean, because you and Olivia are the same way, and Olivia was about it and you got her buy-in, and was again, she's a driver. She has to be a driver, right? She's a driver.
She's both, right? She knows when to be a driver and to be a passenger, right? Like if I'm hard charging, ready to go, she's there, pat me on the back, sort of like Jen and Jason, right? Jennifer and Jason. But when I need a kick in the ass, boy, she's She's not afraid. Shout out Olivia.
Let's talk, bro. All the free shit. I
Yeah.
heard you talking about free school. I kind of zoned out. I
Yeah.
don't think there should ever be any free school. I think it
Okay.
eliminates the scarcity of it. Just
Oh, there you
like having unlimited Bitcoin.
No, there you go.
If there's
Yeah.
no scarcity, inherently there's no value.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, Doge. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Right? Doge.
Mhm.
If there's no scarcity, there's inherently no value. And
Mhm.
so what makes you valuable in the marketplace now?
Yeah. Yeah.
What do
Yeah,
you
I
think
think
about free school?
So first off, I think saying blanket schools are free would be a lot more destructive than people realize, right? So I used to sell software, and one of our largest customers was public school system and colleges and universities, right? There are
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of people employed in the school system. I do a report with Roofstock every Mondays now, and it's amazing how many times a university is one of the most has the most employees in different regions that we've talked about. It's amazing. So if you make it free, there will be hundreds of thousands and probably millions of jobs lost, gone. I mean, your cost structure, right? That said, I do think I don't know if it's a federal kind of scholarship program or something. I think junior college, if you can means test it, should be free or nearly free. Maybe it's an exchange, right? You go get an AA degree and you gotta do 90 days of volunteer work. I don't know how you do it, but I have no problem having the AA or the first 2-year degree being free or basically free. I do believe the 4-year college is a choice. I do believe a master's program is a choice, or a PhD. Those have value, and schools are different. But I do believe that you could means test this and give access to people that maybe can't. But that said, if we've learned anything in this environment, you don't have to go to college. There's nothing magical about college. When I was growing up, it was go to school, get a good job, make a lot of money, buy a lot of stuff. Well, a lot of people did that, and now they're miserable. They've got all this debt behind them. They didn't learn anything. It's not germane to what they're doing.
It's a racket.
It's a racket.
I truly think it's a racket.
It's big business. It is big business.
Yeah, it's a racket. I don't think I would agree more with trade school being free.
Oh, that could work. I could go to that. Yeah.
Right? Instead of junior
that.
college, because someone could still go get a fucking underwater basket weaving or whatever.
Yeah.
Or
you're
some
right. I could see
some degree that inherently holds no value. But again,
right.
It's America. I don't want to limit someone for what they want to learn. But I see more value being brought with someone going and learning a trade. Yeah. And going and automatically we know there's a place for them in the economy to go grow it.
I think you're very wise. I think that would be an excellent, a lot of these trades you can go do 90 days, 180 days, and you're employable, right? And that's what people need to realize. We're doing so much giveaway now that we're almost training people to expect free stuff. And where's the sacrifice and work and exchange and getting better, and like you said earlier, right, building on yourself to become scarce so you're worth more, right? How are you adding value to this other than sitting on the couch playing video games all flipping day?
Well, if you're gonna do that all day, then be the fucking best.
Yeah.
So you can make money doing that.
Oh yeah.
So
if you want to be the
1%,
yeah.
And go for that, and there's an actual market for it. 100%.
Sure.
I just lost my train of thought. Oh, developing the skills of, I think with all the free stuff, it does everybody a disservice because they don't have to develop the skills to get better. If you're just at free and you aren't struggling to push and creating a new person about I have to become a completely new person to reach the income goals that I want. Mm-hmm. Right? It'll be a completely different person, hands down, just with education, thought processes, and all that.
All that. I think there's two things that I take away from that. I haven't read the Bible ever, but I think there's a proverb or a story in there about giving a man a fish or teaching a man to fish.
Yes.
Right now, we're given a lot of fish, and people are eating well. I mean, there's talk of a fourth stimulus check, and then there's a $4 trillion infrastructure, and then there's $1 trillion for this and $1 trillion for that. We're giving a lot of fish away. There'll be a price for that. And then the other one is you only get better when you're uncomfortable, right?
Yeah.
The last year or so has been ugly, but we're trying to make people comfortable, right? Be comfortable, right? You don't grow, you don't learn unless you get into being uncomfortable, right? Getting comfortable being uncomfortable. But again, if you just want to, I mean, again, if you want to work 40 hours for 40 years and live on 40%, hallelujah, good for you. It wasn't for me. I was willing to work 60, 80 hours a week. I was willing to build a real estate portfolio on the side because I believed at some point I would exit. And it took 15 years and I bought 20 years of freedom. I would make that exchange again. But not everybody wants to, and that's okay. If you want to work 40 hours a week and have Saturday, Sunday to, watch football games or, play with the kids, awesome. Congratulations. Your life is your life. I'm not going to judge.
Yeah, I've only met one person who was about that. I try and go into the community and talk to people and see what their mindset is. And generally, everybody wants better for themselves.
Well, let's talk about that. I think everybody, especially today in the social media environment, wants to flex and act like that. But when you say, like you said, 99, you only said one person didn't. So 99% of the people want that. But if you were to step back, be a fly on the wall, follow them around, are you seeing the actions that tie to that want? Because I see a lot of talkers. I don't see a lot of doers.
Not the actions, but do they know the actions to take? I think that is a really, really big one, to where I get most frustrated, to where I say I want more, and then I find myself sitting around, and I'm sitting around because I don't know what I need to do.
Ooh. So, there's a branch. So again, wanting it, not knowing what to do, that's okay because you can reach, you can look for, you can ask. That's cool. That's an acceptable path. Nobody said the path from the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain was going to be a straight line or easy. Good. Figure it out. You're doing that. However, you did say that a lot of people want it and know what to do, but don't do it. Oh, dude, that would annoy me to no end. Right? If you want it, you know how to do it, and then you don't do it, stop talking. Right? That's unacceptable.
How many of your students don't do shit? In a real fraction of people who aren't actually taking action. And everyone runs into it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll look because I can look at how many people have done actions. The good thing about my course is I'm just who I am. I don't play around. Step 1 of the course, like video number 2. The first video is like, hi, I'm Michael Zuber. I'm a nice guy. Get to work. Then the next video is, okay, we're going to start looking at the market. So my hope is I built the course for me. So I would certainly hope it's better than half do something. But I don't know that for sure. I'm going to go back and look and I'll know next week.
That's why I'm a big fan of skin in the game and charging more for the course. Right?
Yes. Just for you, the course is going up 50% in about, 10 days?
But it's more skin in the game too. We're like, fuck, I paid for it. I better listen to them now. I've spent the money. I paid for it. I might as well hop on those calls. I might as well do
right.
That's how, but that's just how I am, right? I just put myself in that situation to where, okay, I've done my research on this person. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, no,
right. It's there. I'm going to extract all of my value out of that. And that is the cheap ass in me. And it's not even cheap ass. Like I want to go get it.
Yeah, you work hard for it. You want to get a return. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. There is some magic number. So I've been playing with this because you've been beating me up. Let's be honest, for 6 or 8 weeks now, consistently. And I'm like, okay, I think he's onto something. So there's people out there that try to teach this, and they're out trying to get the maximum dollars. That's never going to be me because that's not what I need. And so I'm trying to find where the trade-off is to get maximum students and action. To your point, right? My course came out at $99. Lots of people were buying it, but I don't think they were doing anything. To your point, it's doubled the one.
Just like your book. It's just like your book. It's not enough, bro. It's not enough.
It's like, oh, I like that guy. I'll give him $100. I like him. That's. I saw a lot of that. I double it to $199. Instantly, more activity. Not, yeah, instantly. Just not meaningful, but a sum. So I'm going to raise it to $2.99 on May 1st. And we'll know in like 30 or 45 days. Because there's some point. I don't know if it's $2.99 or $3.99 or $4.99. But there'll be some point where students drop off, but effort goes up, right? So it's going to be fun to watch.
$9.97.
No, I'm not going to. $9.97.
With what you have in there, 100% it is undervalued still.
Oh, yeah.
You are releasing content to them every day. They have access to you. Like, I think you are under delivering. Well, you're undercharging for what you deliver to a, what's it called? It's an absurdity. That's the only word I can think of. It's an absurdity.
No, you're right.
What you're delivering. I don't know. I just think it's worth so much more. And like you have like the private money course. You have all this other stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
And don't they get to talk to you and ask you questions?
Yeah, every Saturday.
Bro. That is worth so much money in and of itself to where like I get to, because I'm your friend and I get to text you.
Yeah, of course.
Like, I'm having this tenant issue.
Yep. But
Pete, that will save me X amount of dollars.
For sure.
Right. And so like they already make their money back from being able to talk to you. That's how I feel. Like, and I know you're like a big Gary V guy. This is the capitalist in me of saying that you need to extract a little bit more out of this.
Fair enough. So you're absolutely right. There's some magic number. Part of me thinks it's $4.99, but I'm going to get there in little steps. I'm going to go 100 at a time.
Knowing your demographic. I go based off of your demographic too.
And you're right. My demographic's employed, probably saving a little bit of money. And yeah, $4.99 is probably not that much different than $2.99. But you're right. Yeah, you're right. I've said it since the beginning. You're right. But now I'm finally taking action. You're right, Stratton. God damn it.
So we got the free school, Robinhood, never selling. Oh, uncomfortable. Yeah. Being uncomfortable, I hate it. Like today we had to present on the storage deal we were looking at, and I haven't felt so flustered and clammy. And like since I was in college, and you got the coach up there with the fucking laser pointer. Like, what's going on here, bud? You missed that tackle? Oh, you messed up that play? Right? Like everybody poking holes into it. Now I'm like, oh man, I need to learn a lot more. Like now I got to time block that out so I get more educated.
Oh, wow.
But like that's that awesome. Uncomfortableness of feeling all of that and feeling, oh man, am I prepared enough? Or like, and just the pressure of it is driving me to get better.
Oh, you're going to be fierce on game day. I like it. Yes. You're not going to get juked out of your shoes. You're going to hit the guy square.
Hopefully. But I mean, I feel like it's something not a lot of people get uncomfortable, man. Like people won't even stay in the sauna for 20 minutes. You're not going to die. You can always breathe, but they aren't even, I did it just for mental toughness training of relax, be uncomfortable. You got this.
I want to talk about this a little bit because something I have learned in the last year. So first and foremost, one of the reasons I was able to sell hundreds of millions of dollars in software is because I was very good at being uncomfortable and working through that. I remember the first time I had to learn a new software product, and I'm not a techie, right? You tell me to install Skype, I flip out. I'm like, what am I doing, right? And it's a freaking download and push a button to get out of the way. I still flip out, right? It's going to break my computer. Ah! But I was selling software. I would just learn it in and out. I'd ask 100 stupid questions. I'd write them all down. I'd study. I would just learn it better than anybody else. And then I can turn it into a story, which was my unique gift, was turning things into stories. Let me take you down this path of a story, right? So again, it's all about being uncomfortable, but working through it and recognizing it and seeking it out. Because the last thing you want to do is be as a salesperson is go into an environment so cocky that the first question trips you up, right? That the person just runs right by you. So yeah, you got to be uncomfortable. The other thing I want to talk about this year is your head game, right? And I've always generally been a positive person, but folks, if I've learned anything in the last 12 months is you have to watch what you put in between your ears or what you're thinking about. There was a time in December where for whatever reason, I was getting too distracted by the the world is ending nonsense.
Okay.
And I was missing opportunities. You have a choice in this world. You need to recognize that negativity sells. Everybody has an opinion. And if you don't recognize that opinion and get dragged down that path, the rest of your life will suffer. I was unhappy for the first time in November and December. And I'm sitting here not having to work. I could take a nap during the middle of the day if I want to. I could work out at 11 o'clock. I got a great life. Why the hell was I depressed and upset? It's because I was letting stuff in that was negative and nasty on purpose. Stop it. Think positive. Watch positive things. When in doubt, turn it off. Go read a book. Listen to music. Something. Man, you got to watch what you take in. It could hurt.
Did you read any books on storytelling? It's something I'm fascinated with, and I need to get a lot better at it.
No, I actually took a speech class. My most valuable, I have a master's degree, so 6 years of college. Okay. My most valuable class was my second year of junior college, speech and debate, or speech 101, public speaking, I think it was called, public speaking. And the instructor was amazing. Everything we had to do had to be a story. So we had to give like 10 speeches, anywhere from 60 seconds to 10 minutes. And it's always a story. It's always start at the beginning, highs, and work the lows, and use your voice and use pauses. And that's
really good.
Yeah, your whole voice, your meaner, when you lean in, when you step back, if you have props, it's a thing, man. And I would tell people, I've told everybody that ever asked, public speaking is the most valuable class ever. The public speaking class I took has made me millions of dollars. One class.
Yeah. Did you ever do Toastmasters?
Similar. It's similar. I didn't have to, right? I took that class and I knew how to do it. But if I didn't take that class, Toastmasters would have been awesome.
I may start going. Kalani was going to go. They had one at Bitwise, and she was going to go yesterday.
Oh, dude, you got to go. You got to go.
I went to one of them, and it was really good. But I think, because I do want to like eventually be like, let's say we host an event here.
Yeah.
So we're all like publicly speaking, and
Absolutely.
I want to be able to like destroy on the stage and not clam up and everything else. And it's like something I want to do is public speak.
Yeah, what I would love to do, I envision doing at the hub eventually, is we have that back parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I would love to have a little stage that we build out and collapses and we can store it in my office or whatever. But then we just have chairs in the parking lot. And we have a microphone or whatever. And we just start talking to lots of people. Because the footprint inside is really small. We probably get 10 people easily inside. Yeah. We get 100 people outside.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, I look forward to doing that. And we're going to help a lot of people.
Does money buy happiness?
Money buys options. It doesn't buy happiness. If you're a happy person, you could be happy broke or happy with money. I can tell you it's a lot easier to be happy when you have money, but money buys options. I don't think it buys happiness. I know plenty of people worth $10 million that are frankly miserable. It's sad, but true. So no, I don't think money buys happiness. No,
I think to an extent.
It buys options. You can buy nicer stuff. It does things, but if you're not generally happy, trust me, being miserable in a Ferrari is pretty sad. And I know a couple of guys who are miserable and have Ferraris. I'm like, dude, what the hell? Right? And they're just curmudgeon, unhappy people. It's ridiculous.
I think money can buy happiness up until the point to where you start getting the stuff.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's the problem, right? You get to a certain point, you have so much stuff, and then you have so much insurance, and you got to be losses. You're worried about people stealing stuff. I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, and when I say stuff to where all of your bills are paid,
mm-hmm.
you aren't stressed out. You aren't getting gray hairs. And this is just a normal person, non-entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You have enough money coming in
mm-hmm.
to where you can cover your family's expenses. Like that would make you happy. Your mom needs to retire. Guess what? We have enough money to cover mom. We can put mom up in the house.
Yeah. So I am that person. And I don't know that I would say that's made me happy. It's made me confident. It's made me appreciate. But I don't think it's made me happy. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's made me happy. And maybe it's because I equate happy to that like joyful, smiling all day long feeling. But so I don't have that. It certainly made me confident. Like I could tackle anything, which is a great feeling, but I don't think it's happiness.
What does it do for me? It makes me happy knowing that I can help people if I need to.
Yeah.
And help my family if I need to. It makes me happy knowing that we are financially secure.
Yeah.
And like we don't, because like one thing of like, and you grew up dirt poor,
Oh, yeah.
knowing that you don't have to go back there. There is a glimmer of happiness from that situation to where like you don't have to be there.
Well, I will answer it this way. I don't really think about me that way, but I know for certain my daughter will never go there. That makes me happy.
Right.
I got to, yeah. When I think about Teresa, she'll never go there. She has had a life and a set of options that I could have only dreamed of. So she'll never have to. That makes me happy, no doubt. Knowing that she'll never suffer the way I did, no doubt. Yeah.
I think some people discount it too much and they use it as an excuse to be broke. To like, oh, I don't need money. Money doesn't make me happy. To where like, yeah.
Ooh.
Like, and that's where this comes from, is Stratton Brown being angry and seeing the way people think and being like, oh no, you need to shut the fuck up. You got it all wrong.
Yeah. See, you know what? That part you got to let go. You can only control yourself, right? When you allow someone else's stupidity or ignorance to make you mad, that ain't about them. That's about you.
It really is. I don't know what to do about it.
Let's just be honest, man.
I don't know what to do.
Just let it go, man. What?
I have people in my life who I feel obligated to be able to help them. And then there is the other random people who just like, oh yeah, well, money will never buy happiness,
What?
blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, yeah, cool. But then I have people in my sphere who feel that way.
Yeah.
But then they live a certain way and they're complaining. Like, well, like, how can I open up your eyes to change your life? Because again, like, I want to change people's lives, change financial futures.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how can you spend more time with your family? So you're telling me you working a 9 to 5 every day and missing kids' games because you got to work overtime, that makes you happy?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
That's where I think the money makes you happy. But that goes into the options, right? Because it does give you a lot of options.
It's options, confidence. Yeah. So the people that, one thing that I sense in you and in me and other people, because I interview people every week that go from zero to hero, right? Ex-cons, high school dropouts. And one thing I know about all of them is they all can hold on to their why, right? They just keep going. They don't stop. Their why is a driver. Yeah. And for me, it was never, ever having my daughter suffer like I did. I can sit here today financially free and close my eyes and remember that feeling of being hungry and going, am I going to have a baked potato or just be hungry? Because that's my only option, right? Yes. I can remember that. Like, I get one a day. Do I want to eat it now or in a few hours? And, it's just, fuck, that's just horrible. So the people that I know that made it can hold on to it. If your why is not big enough, you're not ready yet. Just move on. It's okay.
Yeah. Kyle texted me and what was it? He was like, what are the 5 most important things that have made you? And one of them, it was like,
oh, he asked me that too.
Pull that text up. Yeah. I want to
yeah.
talk about that, and I'll label it because he thought I was going to say education because I spent so much money on education. But education was like 3rd to last.
Where is it? Where did I say? He says he's doing an interview or something. And what were my 3 things?
Yeah. What was your number 1 thing?
Oh, my number 1 thing was focus. So mine was focus, daily execution, network, and the ability to stick with it and enjoy the journey.
And what were the options he gave us again?
He didn't give me any options. He said, what did he say? He said, I have a call tomorrow. I'm looking for 5 keys to success.
Okay, let me pull this up. My screen's gonna go away real quick.
That's all right. Oh no, he did give me. I see it now. Availability of money, education, collaboration, daily habits, your team, your work ethic, your reason why, something else.
I went number 1. Your reason why has to be big enough. Then your
Yeah.
work ethic has to match that reason. Then your habits have to be developed to make that there. Then your education to be able to have all those other things in place, learn how to take that, move it into other things, and then collaboration. And then after that, you'll start building a team. That's what I personally felt.
Yeah, see, I didn't take any of his examples. I just read my own. I'm like, it's too many words.
Why?
I mean,
why focus?
Well, see, I think that's the biggest key. Too many people, definitely in real estate investing, they don't realize that all the successful people I've ever met, they were maniacally focused on one area, unbalanced focused.
Yeah.
Right? They got really, really good at something. And it wasn't until that was producing enough income or return that then they branched out. This whole idea of having 7 side hustles and multiple streams of income day one's a flipping joke. You have to,
skills.
yeah.
There's no skills that are developed.
There's no cross pollination, no positive leverage. In fact, there's negative leverage. So for me, it's all about focus. Again, I go back to the beginning. I picked Fresno, California, but when I started, I didn't pick Fresno. I picked Mayfair, Fresno, and I didn't even pick Mayfair. I picked 3 or 4 bedroom, 2-car garage, 1.5 baths or bigger, single family homes. I looked at that for 3 or 4 years, every single day. I didn't look at the tower. I didn't look at Fig. I didn't look at Clovis. I didn't look at anywhere else. 93703 between here and here. And there were years I knew it better than any real estate agent because that is all I looked at every day. And when you do that, you can find deals. And then it's daily execution on that. Because when you do something long enough, as you know, as an athlete, it starts to build and compound. It just starts to scale and you go exponentially better. Then your network allows you to compound that, the ability to stick to it. And then finally, you have to enjoy the journey. That's a big one. You have to enjoy the ups and downs, right? You're going to write offers, have bad inspections. You're going to look to JV. It's not going to work. You just got to enjoy the journey. Just keep moving forward. Make every day better than the last.
Without a doubt. Let's wrap this thing up. I got to go get some lunch.
Take care.
No. Whoa. Where can people find out more about you? Tell us about your channel. And
one rental at a time. It should be easy to find on YouTube, Amazon, Audible, website, onerental@a-time.com. I have a course called How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. It is still $199 for another 9 days. It will go up 50% in 9 days to $299. Over 1,500 students in it, and they're doing deals every week. And I talk to you live every Saturday. So pretty cool.
Every week they're in there doing deals, and he's undercharging all of you for it. All of you. He's undercharging all of you for it. You guys get full access to him. You get to see how to go buy all the houses you want.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on, Mike. This was awesome.
You got it, bud.